So I was speaking with a client of mine today about her experiences living with her adult daughter. And unfortunately, they need to share their living space because they're both financially codependent upon one another. And uh, the adult daughter, unfortunately, is going through things, but she has a tendency to take it out on her mom sometimes. And the mom has already talked to her about it. She's gone through it already. And because of the mom's past and the abuse she's experienced in her past, she's just really a peacekeeper now. And the mom is emotionally and physically exhausted and spent. And she doesn't want to continuously go over her expectations and how displeased she is with the lack of respect she occasionally, not always, but occasionally gets from her adult daughter. So I suggested to her, and it was just a suggestion, and I know this is going to sound to many as just passive aggressive, and I know to some people passive aggressive is on a level of immaturity, but I suggested to her that she begin to just mimic the speech and the behaviors and the attitudes of her adult daughter. And I used to tell my students years ago that I was just going to start talking to them and treating them the same exact way that they talked to me and treated me. And I was going to see how much they enjoyed it. And for quite a few of them, it kind of got their attention and let them know that they needed to pull back and be more respectful. So I made that suggestion to my client because, as she explained to me, she's just spent. And she is like to the point of physical and emotional sickness. You know how you feel sick, as in sick and tired of having to confront somebody? When you get to that point where you just don't have it in you to be confrontational anymore, you just don't have it in you to go over something again and again with somebody, you have to find somewhere in your comfort level that allows you to be able to let that person know you had it, you had enough, without, blowing up, without increasing your cortisol level, without there being a lot of friction and a lot of tension created. So when you mimic that person's attitudes and behaviors and their speech, and when they say to you, "Why are you acting this way?" Well, that opens up a door. So you can go one of two ways. You can either say, "Well, I thought that's what we were doing now because that's what you've been giving me. You've been giving me that type of speech. You've been giving me that level of disrespect. You've been giving me that attitude. So I thought that's what we were doing now. That's not what you want to do." Okay? Or it can open up a door where you can say, "We've already discussed this. I told you before that I did not appreciate, I am the mother in this situation. I gave birth to you. I already explained to you that I don't have any tolerance for you being disrespectful to me. You know that we need one another in this situation right now. I know that this is difficult for you. It's difficult for me as well. I'd rather be independent. I know you'd rather be independent, but we have to do the best that we can." You see, when all else is said and done, we're all responsible. We all have healing to do. We're probably all in a situation where we're trying to break levels of toxicity in our life right now. We're all having to take on different levels of healing in our lives. We're all trying to recover from some type of trauma that we've experienced. So you don't need someone that's in your immediate proximity intensifying or adding to that toxicity. You don't need that. You need to find ways for you to heal. You cannot take on the responsibility for that person's healing as well. Okay? You can let them know that you understand that they're going through things and that you are willing to listen to them, and you can both journal together. You can talk to one another when you need. You can even find therapy together. But you have got to make time for your own healing. You have got to take on your own cleansing and get rid of the toxic feelings and the toxic pressures in your own life. And if that means that you got to block people out and you got to cut people off, then you have to do it. But if you're in a situation where the person, you need them in your life right now, you have to find working ways around it. So yeah, that was my suggestion to my client. Let me know your opinion. Is there another way to approach that situation? I don't know. Maybe passive aggressive works for you. Me, I'm kind of more blunt and to the point. I try to calm it down because I can be abrasive sometimes. So I try not to be. But anyway, let me know. I'd like to hear your comments. Please share. I could use a suggestion or two.